Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Sutton Parish Daily Prayer with me, Mikey. If you want to do evening prayer, I would encourage you to do that after this video, because I'm not going to do a normal standard evening prayer. In fact, I'm just out on a nice little walk with St. Nick's behind me, and throughout this video you'll see me go to our other different churches, and there's a little reason for that. However, what I do want to do in this video is say a little something about today's passage in our evening prayer, which is the gospel reading from Mark, about something that really struck me about it, and something that kind of affected me and motivated me. So I'll read it. The passage is about John the Baptist preparing the way, and it's Mark chapter 1, and I'm just going to read verses 1 through till 5. The beginning of the good news about Jesus the Messiah, Son of God, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet. I will send my messenger ahead of you, who will prepare your way, a voice of one calling in the wilderness. Prepare the way for the Lord, make paths straight for him. And so John the Baptist appeared in the wilderness, preaching a baptism of repentance and the forgiveness of sins. The whole Judean countryside and all the people of Jerusalem went out to him, confessing their sins, and they were baptized by him in the Jordan River. So first of all, why do I love this passage? Well, it's from the Gospel of Mark, and the Gospel of Mark is probably my favourite gospel because it speaks in like the language of the people. It's not too concerned with a lot of the technicalities of the other gospels. Like Luke's a doctor, John is very wordy, but Mark just speaks in like normal Greek language. He speaks to the people, and he's trying to get the story out of it, like the hidden meanings and almost like the art of Jesus. He's trying to bring it out. So what is this passage trying to say to us? Well, what really strikes me is that John had nothing. He was in the wilderness. You know, if you want to look up what John the Baptist ate, be my guest. You know, he didn't have very much at all. And what did he do, even though he had nothing? What did John the Baptist do with absolutely very little? And he lived in a wilderness, like a barren land. Well, he shared the good news of Jesus. He shared the good news of Jesus. So I owe some people a little apology, because I know a lot of people really like these videos and have come to rely on them as spiritual nourishment, but the last Friday just gone, there wasn't an upload. And I'll just be honest with you guys, the reason for that is that I really struggled. I felt like I was in a wilderness. I felt like I didn't have anything to say. I felt like I had like a total block. I felt like I didn't have anything to offer. But what I should realise is that if there's something this passage teaches me, is that when we do have nothing, just share the good news of Jesus and things will be better. So I do apologise for last Friday, but also I hope to learn from that and to realise that when I have nothing, is just share the good news of Jesus in my life. So at St. Michael's, which is where I am now, I'm very privileged to be part of an incredible home group. Now our home group only meets online at the minute, but that doesn't make it any less special, because we're starting something which I'm really excited about in our home group, is that we've realised that there's not that much we can do when we're not allowed to meet together in person. There's not an amazing amount that we can share. We can't sing on Zoom, that doesn't work. We can't have cups of tea and biscuits and share life in that way like we were always used to. So what are we doing? Well, at the minute I'm really excited for this coming week, because we've offered to share with each other our testimony, our story of how we all came to know and love Jesus for the first time. So I went last week, and it was my privilege to encourage people with how I came to know Jesus. However, this week I get to enjoy the story of someone else coming to know God, and that's kind of what I'm trying to talk about today in terms of John the Baptist. You know, he had nothing, he was in a wilderness. So what do? We share the good news of Jesus. So the final part of our video today will take us around All Saints Church. Here you can see it. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. As a parish, we've been facing some challenges. Those challenges are financial at the moment, and it might feel like, you know, All Saints is in a bit of a financial wilderness at the minute. However, it isn't just All Saints though. It's a problem that eventually St. Nick's will face, and also St. Michael's too will face eventually. And you know, we might feel like we're a bit lost, we might feel like we're a bit in a wilderness, we might feel like we're in a barren land and we don't know what to do. However, if there's something our passage is teaching us today, is that when we do not know what to do, we share the good news of Jesus. I mean, I was going to release a different video today. However, once I read that passage, I couldn't not make this video, because there's a lesson for it for all of us. Is that when you have nothing, or when you have very little, the thing to do is, it really is to go back to basics. Like, what is the very essence of our faith? What's the very essence of the Jesus that we speak of? Well, it's to share the good news of him, to share the life that he calls us to live in the gifts of the Spirit, to live in that love that he showed for us on the cross. And I know it sounds like a crazy idea, but I wonder if in this wilderness, in this particular patch in our church's history, what if we just went back to those basics? What if we shared the good news of Jesus? What would that look like for our churches? How would that change us? How would that shape us? So I'm going to set you all a challenge. I would love for all of you who are watching this video, to share with each other how you first came to meet Jesus, and we'll start there. Who knows where we will go with that? Who knows what changes our church might see if we shared with each other and we encouraged each other how we first came to meet Jesus. And from there, who knows, we might even start telling other people. And just like those disciples who had nothing, or just like John the Baptist, who was literally in the wilderness eating some very strange things, people will come from all over to be baptized and to be added into their number of people who came to follow Jesus. So there's your challenge. Tell each other about how you came to know him.